There is a lot being said about the drug running ring found at some university with some fraternities, and then part of the initiation was the guys, the initiators, wrapping up drugs. You cannot tell me law enforcement doesn't know about this. Whenever white guys, boys, men do bad things, law enforcement is always in on it. That's how to get away with it. And then when you get to the court system, the defendant, the defendant attorney, and the prosecutor and the judges, they all be in on it. And the white boys always get a light sentence, and they get to walk, and they get to keep doing whatever bad things that they do. Because the people in power, judges, law enforcement, officials, they don't care about kids. They have proven, and they prove every day, they don't care about kids. All these missing kids in the U.S., and what are the parents saying about these missing kids? You don't hear nobody on TV talking about missing kids. And there's lots and lots of missing kids. Don't nobody care? You could go back to the Presidio child care sex abuse scandal that happened, I believe it was in the early 70s. You can go back to the Franklin scandal that involved Boys Town with that guy named Larry King was his name. And he was this conservative black guy that sang at the RNC convention. I mean the GOP convention in that year, whenever it was in the 70s. And he was supposed to be this, powerful guy. And he was definitely running the sex trafficking. And these kids and so many people ended up dead behind that study. The Franklin scandal. You can go look it up yourself. You don't have to believe nothing I say. Nick Bryant is one guy. I do believe he's still living. And he wrote a book about it. But a lot of people ended up dead behind it. They ended up putting the person who said that this happened to her, that she was abused and trafficked and stuff, she ended up in jail. But the people who did it, the ringleaders, they ain't go to jail. The only thing Larry King got, I think he was charged with embezzlement of the it was a credit union that he was in charge of. He was charged with embezzling some money and doing stuff that he wasn't supposed to do with money, and that was it. And as far as the people with the sexual charges have been trafficked and really trafficked, I've seen the video footage of them talking. The video footage is accessible on Internet Archive. And there's one guy in particular who had so much information. His plane crashed, and he had his young son with him. So him and his young son died. They did not want whatever he had to say to get out. It's all there. So in 2026, they don't care about kids. And the Presidio child sex scandal is just awful. And lots of bad things happen on Army bases that involves the Army. I'm sure that the Presidio is a military base somewhere in California. There was a movie made about it called The Presidio with Sean Connery and I believe Mark Harmon. The Presidio really does exist. And when they did that film, rather than talk about that child sex abuse thing and the children talking about what happened to them, they turned it into a military operation that had to do with the Army and somebody being killed who was trying to tell the truth about something. I don't remember the movie. I never watched it. I knew of it, But when I heard the word Presidio child sex thing, I thought about the movie because Presidio is in the title of the movie. So in 2026, you can clearly see that when white guys do stuff, and they do some stuff, they do bad things, and the media be soft peddling it. The media try to make it seem like it's just boys making mistakes. They have pictures of them in suits to make them look businesslike. And whatever they did is not so bad, no matter what they did. This is the way white males are depicted in U.S. society. And it's deliberate. They want you to think that white males don't do nothing bad. They don't commit any crimes. But every time you turn around on mapping police violence, white people getting in shootouts with the police and they ended up dead. If you go to mapping police violence, you can see they show the ethnicity of victims are included, whether they're guilty or not. The ethnicity is included. You can go look at their pictures. Here's the information I'm looking for, and this is according to the FBI. White males in the United States they're 29.4% of the U.S. population. There's 69.8% of rape arrests, 65.8% offenses for violence against family and children, and 59.1% violent crime arrests overall. That's according to the FBI. So to me, that shows how criminal white males are. And they're always made to look like whatever it is they did, whatever, it don't matter. It wasn't so bad. It could be a mass shooting. And they'll still try to make the white male look like he didn't do anything so bad. So the FBI knows the truth. They know that white males are running amok. They know that the laws don't apply to them. They're not penalized and sentenced and convicted of these crimes. That's partially the problem. They're arrested, but the judges always go soft. Between the defense attorney, prosecutor, judges, white males get to walk no matter what they do. Like it, don't like it. It's still the truth. It's the truth. And liars cannot be convinced of the truth.